Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the MaxWeb YouTube channel. My name is Joey, and we are joined by a very special guest today, Patrick Walter, who is the Growth Sales Team Director at Taboola. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey Joey, thanks for having me. I'm Patrick, as you said. I'm 5 years with Tabula now, so I understand quite good what's working well and what might be some obstacles for our affiliates, and I'm here to help them.
That's awesome. Yep, I want to get into all of it today and help people out as much as we can. So 5 years, you've been there a while. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm turning 5 in September, so not there yet, but almost. I've seen a lot,
Soon enough.
thousands of advertisers, thousands of affiliates. So that definitely helped to understand what kind of offers can scale on our platform and how to make it work.
Very nice. Very nice. So 5 years, will you be celebrating at Budapest, at the Budapest Affiliate World?
Actually, it would be a perfect fit, yes, but I'm not 100% sure if I will be there or if I need to send someone from my team. We have a couple of events at the same time. So there definitely will be a few people from Taboola, but I'm not 100% sure if I will be there.
Okay, well, there will be a Taboola presence. That's all that matters.
Definitely, we will have a good booth.
Yeah, perfect. I'll
Yeah.
stop by it. MaxWeb will also be out there, so that'll be a fun event. Any affiliates going, please hit us up. Let's meet up. So Patrick, let's get into it. My first question for you is a good one. What has changed about native in 2024? There's been a lot of changes on a lot of traffic sources this year. So how has native changed this year?
So that's a big opener, but generally speaking, I would say native is even more profitable than it ever was. So if you play it the right way, you have huge opportunities to scale, especially on Tabula. We just signed like a 30-year agreement with Yahoo last year, so this is like a huge additional reach for all our advertiser clients in the US, especially. We also signed an agreement with Apple News. We are like exclusive reseller of their inventory. So even also that is like, a very hot opportunity. And in the DACH market, we have a couple of new publishers in our portfolio as well. So our reach is getting bigger and bigger from year to year. On top of that, we better understand how to leverage the account structure and how to use specific settings to make sure that our advertiser clients, especially affiliates, can scale on Taboola. So I would say what changed about native in 2024 is the service level that we are delivering to our clients and partners. We try to stand out. We are still the underdog compared to Meta or Google. So that said, we need to invest even more in a proper gold standard service, and that's what we're doing. And we're trying to deliver an agency support, even though we're a platform. And this usually is helpful to make it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yahoo and Apple, those are huge names. So congrats. Sounds like things are turning in the right direction for you guys at Taboola and native in general.
We're working on it, and it's a long-term strategy, but we're definitely here to stay, and it looks good so far.
So speaking of gold standard service, let's try to give some of that in this video here. What are the best practices right now for setting up ads with Taboola?
So first of all, the most important part is not using the self-service yourself. Try to reach out to a Taboola point of contact. If you're an advertiser or like affiliate from Germany, or you would like to run ads in Germany, then I would be your main point of contact, and I'm happy to support you. So it's crucial to directly start from the beginning with a point of contact from Taboola. You're liable for a cost-free supported service if you are willing to invest at least 5K in the first months. And that is the necessary budget to be successful and to really show success in the first 7 to 14 days or max 30 days. And we can help on our side to set up an account for you, an account structure that is set up for success. We can help you to run directly with a publisher setup that usually delivers conversion, and you're not losing budget on publishers that just generate clicks but not convert. We have a huge publisher portfolio, but all those publishers are not relevant for every client type. They might be relevant for a sweepstake, but they are not relevant for an affiliate. So it is really crucial to be in touch with a Taboola point of contact, to set up the account structure, to make sure that you're running on the block list, and also to understand our new algorithm. We have like a very nice new algorithm in place called MaxCon, but it's even more important to follow the best practices in terms of daily budgets to make sure that you really generate learnings right from the beginning, that you have like enough budget pressure to speed up the learning period and to end it maybe in the first 7 to 14 days, so you can then focus on the angles that are performing well and scale them. So that said, it is not just important to start with a good monthly budget. It's also relevant to start with a relevant daily budget, and also to focus on the traffic types that are usually performing well. Then you should also focus on the best practices in terms of targeting, in terms of setup of the campaigns. And what is really key before you start any campaign is like tracking. How should the tracking structure look like? This is something where your Taboola point of contact can definitely give you a hand. In some cases, we even offer proactive tracking support now. This is like totally new on Taboola. We never have done that before, but in some cases we can help you even with that, or help the affiliates with that.
I forgot to mention at the top of the call that you are specifically for the DACH market, the ACH market. But if we have US affiliates watching this that want a Taboola rep, we can still help you get connected with someone for the US region. I want to be very clear about that.
100%, Joey. So whenever an affiliate from somewhere in the world is watching that video and would like to receive proper support from us, just reach out to Joey. He can connect you with me, and I find the relevant person in the relevant market, so we can provide you the best possible service. And as I said, this is key. It's cost-free. Please leverage it. This will really save you a lot of money, and you will be amazed about our service. It's really totally different to the service level you're used to from Facebook or Meta AI.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys definitely have a special a knack for helping your affiliates out. And I think that's very important, and it does help them scale a lot. And it only gets easier when you come through MaxWeb. We can make sure that you get a proper rep at Taboola and really are set up for success there. So you mentioned 5K is a good budget. How long do you expect that 5K budget to last for? How should people be spending that? Probably not all in a day, right?
Not all on a day. So usually we have like a good rule for figuring out the perfect test budget. 10x CPA. This should be the daily budget to start with. You don't need to invest 10x CPA on a day. You can also do it just 1x CPA, but then your test period will take much longer. So if you really would like to speed up the test period, we need to generate 10 hard conversions per day as soon as possible. And because of that, we have this rule implemented with our new algorithm, which is called max conversion, to invest at least 10 times the CPA per day. If you're doing that, we usually end the learning period within the first 7 to 14 days, depends on how interesting your offer is and how many sales you generate in total. But this is a rough guideline. 7 to 14 days. Back in the days, it was more like 14 to 21 or to 30 days. And we have plenty of cases right now where clients are actually break even or even profitable after day 7 to 10.
Very nice. Very nice. So I like the name MaxCon. It kind of sounds like MaxWeb. It's interesting. You should take MaxWeb offers and run it on MaxCon with Taboola, max conversions.
Correct. You guys inspired us, so we.
Yeah. You guys inspired us. So you say 10x the CPA. A lot of MaxWeb offers pay anywhere from 120, up to 150. So should affiliates really invest $1,500 a day on the higher end for a VSL campaign, a Nutra campaign, or does that kind of scale up and down with the CPA of the offer the affiliate's running?
It actually depends on the CPA of the offer the affiliate's running, and this is also something I would double check with your Taboola point of contact. And we can have a look in our network and see what are the best practices from similar clients, and then just share with you so you get like a good benchmark. We don't want to waste money at the beginning, but we also don't want to extend the learning period. We just want to find the sweet spot to make sure that you have a valid test and that we get the max out of your marketing budget and make sure that we can, be break even or ROI positive ASAP. So that said, I recommend discussing it with your point of contact from Taboola and then decide, but make sure really to listen to the best practices. Taboola is really a platform where you need to follow that kind of best practices to see success. Otherwise, you can run a test on a very low scale, but it's almost a mission impossible to make it work.
Yeah. So you shouldn't reinvent the wheel.
You shouldn't reinvent the wheel, at least at the beginning. At some point, it might be helpful to do some out of the box testing, but please just start doing it once you generate already money and positive cash flow. At the beginning, we say just the classic setup, mobile, desktop campaigns, split it up into different campaigns if possible, because you can bid different CPCs. Mobile traffic is way cheaper on Taboola than desktop traffic, roughly 20-30% cheaper. Don't combine it in one campaign, split it up, and then decide if you need both traffic types. For many of our advertisers, mobile is fine for the beginning. It's even cheaper. And if you see you can make it work, then you can also test desktop. Usually we also recommend adding retargeting to the table, since that helps us to generate more sales right from the beginning. And as I said, roughly we need 10 conversions per day. So the learning period is over. And at the beginning, as long as we don't have this 10 hard conversions per day, we optimize on soft conversions. This is also like a affiliate hack, more or less, or e-commerce hack in general. And we optimize on the soft conversions for the beginning to give our algorithm a few softer signals about the users that are more relevant than the classic advertorial visitors or website visitors. And therefore, it is important to have really this ideal account structure in place. Start with a network and start with the first sub account of a product or an offer where you already have like a proof of work. If you scale this offer and this offer is net profitable or positive, then you can start testing a new offer, but please use a different sub account for that. If you run campaigns of different offers within one sub account, they might cannibalize each other. So to make sure that you can really leverage the full scaling options of Taboola, please add a different sub account for each product. This is like very important information. So you can your ads can be displayed, or two ads can be displayed in one Taboola feed, and you increase the likelihood that one offer or the other offer is interesting for the relevant users. Since you're not paying for the impressions, you only pay for the clicks, you would like to increase the likelihood that someone sees your ad.
Of course. I like that. So I want to make sure everybody understood this is very important. So if you have one main account with Taboola and you try to launch another offer on that account, the same publishers that are already displaying the original offer cannot display your new ads for your new offer?
If it is in the same account, then we have a publisher blocking. If you add another sub account below the network, then this is like kind of a workaround to go around the publisher blocking and make sure that you can run with two different offers in one Taboola feed to increase the likelihood that someone likes this offer, clicks on your ad, and then converts.
That's important. If you have an offer working on a good placement, make sure you can get that same placement for your second offer on another sub account.
This is also one of the reasons why I recommend not using the self-serve, because in the self-serve you only have one sub account and you can only add additional campaigns. But this won't really help you to scale.
So I had a quick question. You mentioned optimizing based off of soft conversions. And for the uninformed, including myself, what is a soft conversion in Taboola's eyes?
So a very good question, Joey. Generally, we have like the regular funnel of Taboola ad, advertorial or VSL, and then you have like add to cart or start checkout directly, then the sale or thank you page. And usually the sale is the hard conversion. And everything else in this funnel is more or less the soft conversion. So what we would like to make sure to measure page views on the advertorial, then it would be great if you can measure, let's say, the click out from the advertorial to the add to cart or to the checkout side, to just figure out, is it maybe the advertorial that is not converting well, or is it maybe the rest of the funnel? And then usually we add also, besides the add to cart or the start, like a start checkout, and then the actual sale. So we have, as a best practice, 2 soft conversions and 1 hard conversion. Usually the soft conversion is click out advertorial, add to cart, and then the hard conversion is on the thank you page to the regular sale.
Very nice. Yeah. A lot of our affiliates tend to optimize based off of initiate checkouts, checkout visits. So it's great to know that
Yeah.
you guys are also of that mindset. And quick little FYI, everybody can place their Taboola pixels on every MaxWeb offer. We can accommodate that very easily.
Pixel tracking or server to server or a combination of both. This is like what a lot of affiliates are doing.
Okay. So yeah, we can place Taboola pixels on initiate checkout pages to optimize based off of, even on the VSL page as well. Since you mentioned optimizing off of two soft conversions, we could do a VSL page visit and initiate checkout visit. And yeah, we can do that postback or pixels. So very easy on the tracking side as far as optimizing your Taboola campaign goes with MaxWeb. Let's take it back for a second. Before you're talking to a Taboola rep and optimizing your campaign and looking at different KPIs and metrics, you have to pick an offer. You have to have something to run on Taboola.
Right.
So how do you advise affiliates go about finding the right offer to place? Obviously, besides just going to MaxWeb and running anything.
Yeah, super good question. I mean, first of all, I would think about the seasonality. So there are different offers that might be hot and trending on Taboola or generally on marketing platforms in summer than in winter. So think about seasonality and what is a product that might be relevant for the users right now. On top of that, usually on Taboola, the best products have an average order value between 40 and 80 euro. This is like a range that is performing quite well on Taboola. You can make it work if the product or general all average order value is between 40 and 150, but 40 to 80 is the best fit. On top of that, I usually recommend products that might be a good fit for, let's say, the best ages. So an audience plus 40 or even better, audience plus 50. So audience plus 30 can be scaled on Taboola. It's okay. Audience plus 40, the likelihood is high that they directly buy last click via native ads. So it's good and perfect is if you have a product that is super relevant for audience plus 50, because those are the users that usually are clicking on the native ads and are converting quite fast. That being said, just to summarize it, focus on seasonality, then focus on average order values between 40 and 80 euros, and also try to find a product that's relevant for audience plus 50. So health products, for example, beauty products. Those are generally very hot categories on Taboola. And yeah, this is definitely something that can be scaled quite easily if you have a nice funnel. And yeah, since Taboola is native advertising, but the ads are always key, and also the, let's say, yeah, the combination between the images and the titles. So try to be attention grabbing, use our gray zone, but don't be too aggressive. So we want to label you as, sensitive more or less, or safe sensitive. So you have the full reach to be displayed on all our publishers. So it's important to not be too aggressive in the ads. Otherwise, you won't receive a good labeling, and this results in a reduced reach.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of MaxWeb offers, of course, are for the 40 plus, 50 plus demo. So it's great to know. And you mentioned ads, so I want to get into the actual ads on native as well. Obviously, affiliates like to be aggressive, like to maximize conversions naturally.
Sure.
So how do you advise affiliates, remain aggressive but still pass compliance?
Yeah, good question. So there are a couple of hacks. First of all, on the advertorial, try to be a little bit more aggressive on the lower part of the advertorial. So it's always really important to stick to our policy in the headline and don't be too attention grabbing in the intro of the advertorial. But if on the lower part of the advertorial, you can play a little bit around and use more our gray zone. So that's for the advertorial side. For the images, we need to find a middle way, a sweet spot between really creating attention grabbing titles, but not being too aggressive. Otherwise, this will lead to rejections. So we can help you to do the internal selling and try to find the sweet spot. So it's relevant to be in touch with your Taboola AM or sales rep to figure out what are some titles that were approved in the past and how can you readjust them to make sure that it works. So, for example, I have a list of hundreds of titles that has shown very good CTRs in the past, and you can easily adjust it for your needs. So if you are interested in this kind of list, just reach out to Joey. He connects you with me, and I can send you the title inspirations. Those are usually perfect for native, and then you can maybe add some dynamic parameters like, for example, day of the week or city where your user is located. We usually pull the IP address. Or what we also recommend doing is if you're in a specific market, for example, in Germany, we see like a slight CTR uplift at the moment if we mention the word German in the title. The same title without the word Germans doesn't work as good as a title with Germans. For example, Germans love this, or Germans are impressed by, stuff like that.
Yeah, compared to people love this. Yeah.
Correct.
I've seen that a lot in lead gen. Americans are saving money on their auto insurance using this hack, for example. So I like that.
Correct. Another hack is always use the plural. If you're talking about experts or doctors, don't use the singular. Use experts, then you will receive an approval. If you're talking about an expert, this will be declined by our CT team. So those are some small changes that can have a huge influence on your happiness and also on the campaign performance. And at the end, it's sometimes a little bit of back and forth at the beginning to receive an approval. But the AM or the Taboola sales rep can do a little bit of internal selling and try to convince our policy team to approve some titles, or just approve them if we adjust small parts of the title. So at the beginning, it's probably a little bit of a pain point for you guys to receive an approval, but try to communicate a little bit softer at the beginning, and then we can refine the titles once the campaigns are live.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of compliance, I want to put it out there that MaxWeb sends a lot of our offers, definitely any exclusive offer, and just the majority of our top offers. We send them over to Taboola for compliance reviews, typically before we even set the offers live. These are usually things like the videos need a play button. We need references in the bottom, very classic things, compliance measures, but we have offers basically pre-approved by Taboola. So you only need to, as the affiliate, you only need to worry about the compliance on your ad and on your pre-sale. We have taken care of the offer and made sure that it is compliant for Taboola. So I want to throw that out there. You won't have any issues on the offer, and you can get a Taboola rep, and they will help you with the ad and, of course, the pre-sale compliance measures.
Great feedback, Joey, and that's amazing because that speeds up the whole process. And so you only need to find then some working titles, go live and start testing, and then find a winning angle.
Exactly. All right, so affiliates have picked an offer. They got a Taboola rep. They took a look at that list of 100 headlines that work. They passed all the compliance measures. They're running 10x CPA budget. How will they know when a campaign is scalable? What does scaling it look like? How does an affiliate go about that once everything is done and they're live and ready to go?
Yes. So most important at the beginning is probably the ad optimization. So you should really look at the ads, and if your ad invested roughly 2 times the CPA, but you haven't seen a conversion, then I would pause it and work more into an angle that has shown some success, some conversions, or at least delivered a good VCTR. At the beginning, it's always important to check the VCTR, so viewable click-through rate. Why do we say viewable click-through rate and not just regular click-through rate? Because we only count an impression if 50% of the ad has been in the viewable area. Since our ads are always on the bottom of an article, an impression is already like a regular page view, but this doesn't matter for you because nobody has seen your ad. They need to scroll to the bottom of the article. The users need to finish the reading behavior. Once they are on the bottom of the article, and if they see at least 50% of the ad, then we call it like an impression. So even though you have like a click-based billing method on Taboola, it's very important to focus on a strong VCTR to make sure that you win the auctions, because the auctions are still running on the VCPM. So a good CPC, competitive CPC, compared with a strong VCTR usually helps you to win the auctions, to receive the best placements on the best publishers, and then find your audience and convert. So At the beginning, if you start the campaigns, the setup is perfect, you have an AM in place, then please be a little bit patient. Give the algorithm a little bit breathing space to analyze the user behavior and to figure out what kind of users are relevant for you. And I would say after 5 days, you can start with optimizing the ads. Depending on the budget, you said, if you're running with a daily budget of 10K, you can definitely do it the same day or
do it a couple hours later.
Yeah, if you start, let's say, with a usually recommended test budget of $250 or $500 per day, just start optimizing the ads on day 3, 4, 5, depending on the daily budget. And then look at the VCTR. Please pause the ads that have like a super low VCTR below the 0.5, for example, and optimize it, focus on the angles that seem to work well. So that said, it's important to test 3 different headlines in your campaign in combination with 3 different images. Focus within the headlines and within the images on the Taboola target group. And the Taboola target group is, as I said, or Taboola audience is usually plus 50. So try to use ads with best ages. Gray hair is usually a good example. Try to mention the age within the title. Say, woman's born before 1970 love this ... And then look at the VCTR. If the VCTR doesn't look good, optimize it, add more ads with an angle that seem to work. And please don't change the ad, pause the ad and add a new one. You don't want to overwrite the learnings. You want to always pause an ad. That's also very important. Add a new one. It's like more or less the same behavior.
Why is that?
Otherwise, our algorithm gets confused. If you just change, let's say, a title within an ad, we still have the learnings from the previous title. And sometimes you don't get like additional impressions on the new title. So it's always like the best performing ad receives the most budget and receives the most impressions and clicks. And the other ad doesn't have really the chance to compete against it. If you pause an ad and add a new one, it's a better test and you have like a higher likelihood that this new image title combination will receive proper budgets and impressions and it doesn't confuse our algorithm.
Got it. So you say testing 9 ads at a time is the best practice, 3 headlines and 3 images?
Yes, please don't do 6, don't do 12. Just stick to it. We tested it with plenty of advertisers. 3 by 3, this is like the best combination for the beginning. At some point, if your campaigns are scaling and you have like campaigns with a higher budget per day, then you can add maybe a 4th title image combination. But for the beginning, 3 by 3 is perfect.
Okay. These are great insights. This is why I love doing these videos. I hope people are getting a lot of good insights out of this. That's something I didn't know. 3 by 3, I had no idea.
Yeah, this is like super relevant and it helps you to figure out which title image combination receives the best clicks, and then you can work more in this angle. And usually I recommend testing 3 hard cuts or 3 hard angles against each other. So the titles shouldn't be very similar. It should be like 3 different angles of USPs of the offers, more or less. So you can really figure out quite fast which is the way to go. And I usually recommend also communicating front heavy so that you really focus on the USP of the product at the beginning of the title, not at the end. So everyone really reads that.
Okay.
And what usually helps is like mentioning a problem, an issue within the front of the title, and then delivering the solution on the advertorial to warm up the cold clicks and increase impulsive buying behavior. And what I forgot to mention at the beginning, because we said, hey, you can directly just sign up on Taboola, create a self-service account, but there's also the plan B to just work with someone from Taboola for free. The only thing you need to do is signing once an insertion order. There comes no budget responsibility out of it. This is just a legal document that we can create a network account for you and that we can provide you with cost-free supported service. And on top of that, and this is like a great asset for every affiliate, we can provide you with a credit line. So in some cases, we can even provide you from the beginning with a credit line of 20K, which helps you definitely to scale faster, which is good for your cash flow because you don't need to invest your own money. You invest the money of Taboola. You have like a 30-day payments period. So you receive an invoice from us 1 month after you started the campaigns. Then you have 30 days payment period. And so hopefully until that time, you have received all the payouts again and we can further scale together.
All right, I'm sold. Line of credit. Where do I sign up?
Yeah, I'm happy to send you a referral link.
No, I'm kidding. But no, that's good to know. I also did not know that you guys provide lines of credit. That's great for smaller affiliates that know what they're doing but don't have the budget to really scale something and show that and be profitable. So that's awesome.
Right.
Very nice. And I'm sure the clients that you guys are lending money out to, you're making sure they're profitable and successful so that you can get your money back. So uh, that's another angle to look at it from. Um,
Definitely.
so, Patrick, we started strong. Let's end it strong. Why should affiliates start testing native traffic right now in 2024?
Yeah, very good question. But what I hear from the market is a lot of affiliates are struggling with Meta, for example, because some of their accounts just get blocked out of nothing. This is something we don't do at Taboola. You have like a point of contact. We don't block accounts. We just tell you up front, like, hey, this is maybe not policy conform. Please adjust it. Then we help you to find a solution, but we will never block your account out of nowhere. So once you find a winning angle, you can just scale with Taboola and you can print money. And if you're unlucky on Meta, for example, you have like found a winning setup and a winner in terms of offer, then you start scaling, and at some point someone blocks your account, and you need to start from scratch again. On the other hand, we have plenty of affiliates that reach the plateau on Meta, and they would like to grow further, and they are like experts and savvy in terms of media buying, but it's quite hard to further scale on Meta. Since if they invest more budgets, CPAs are increasing. And also right now with the elections in the US, I guess a lot of affiliates just notices the CPCs on Meta are also increasing. And this is not happening on Taboola. Our CPCs are more or less the same in the last 6 months. And I don't think they will increase much further. We even have more reach right now. So we have like a lot of inventory for you. So I guess this is a perfect timing to just shift budgets from Meta to another platform and see if you can further scale. And as I said, you will receive proper support. We can also share best practices from our network, so you maybe have some insights that help you on other platforms as well. And on top of that, as I said to Joey, we can deliver every affiliate that comes via Joey or via MaxWeb in general. A gold standard service is usually only receive our enterprises, but since we did this video together, we can provide hands-on proactive support, not just with campaign setup. We help you guys to set up the campaigns. We do it for you. We even add the ads for you, at least for the first campaigns. We can also help you to set up the tracking, and this is also proactive. So that's a once in a lifetime chance, I would say, to onboard a new channel without additional work.
I love it. I'm going to sneak one more question in on you that came to me while you were answering my last question. So if an affiliate is switching from Meta, YouTube, Google, for example, over to Taboola, or just wants to scale on Taboola on top of their Facebook, Google, YouTube ads, what can they reuse from their Facebook ads or YouTube ads or Google ads? What aspects of those ads can they go ahead and reuse at Taboola? Is it a headline, maybe a still from their video ad? What do you recommend to affiliates coming over from another traffic source?
Good question. So usually, especially from Meta or from Facebook, they can reuse quite a lot because right now the audience from Facebook is more or less the same than on Taboola in terms, at least age-wise. So I would say plus 40, plus 50. However, we should adjust the title slightly. So we have since we are in an environment of curated content, news sites, we need to adjust the title so it fits to the look and feel of the websites. However, if you found already a winning angle and you know that this target group is more or less working well, then we just use the same winners that you have on Meta. We just refine it for Taboola. So we help you to adjust the wording a little bit, but we still would go with this winning ads. We still would go probably with the winning titles. We just make sure that it's adjusted to our best practices from our platform. I would recommend starting with sponsored content. So just static image and a title, and maybe one GIF. If you have seen like a short performance video that worked super well on Meta, then we can also add that to the campaign to see if this creates maybe additional awareness. But usually the static images are the best performers. However, sometimes this helps us to uplift the VCTR of the overall campaign and then helps us to generate a better performance overall. But yeah, our approach is definitely to recycle winners. If we see that something worked on, especially Meta, let's adjust it and recycle it on Taboola. In terms of advertorials or VSLs, I guess most of the affiliates are also working with that approach on Meta. We can definitely reuse many of them, not all of them. I would need to cross-read them quickly and tell you like, hey, this is something I would do differently, maybe work more with a sticky call to action, whatever. But overall, I guess we can even optimize the advertorials together and make it more conversion rate optimized. But yeah, many of our clients are just using the advertorials they are scaling on other channels. In terms of YouTube, slightly more complicated because you have like a little bit of different approach there. However, if you see that a specific angle is working super well, we should definitely test it on Taboola too.
Okay, awesome. That's a great answer. Thank you. You've told me I had a couple great questions. You've had a bunch of great answers, so thank you. If you guys need anything from Taboola, please reach out to your MaxWeb AM or myself, and we will put you in touch with a Taboola rep for your region, or directly with Pat, and he will handle getting you in touch with a Taboola rep for your region. If you need any help with your Taboola campaigns as far as compliance or optimizations go, again, get a Taboola rep. They are so willing to help. And if you're not sure what to run on Taboola, reach out to your MaxWeb AM again. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you received a ton of useful insights from Pat and myself. If you have any questions, drop a comment, drop a like, reach out to either one of us on Skype. And thank you.
So, Joey, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun, as always, to chat with you. And as I said, if the affiliates are not 100% ready yet to start directly with Taboola, they're more than welcome to jump on a quick call with me. I look through their creatives and through their advertorials, and I'm happy to consult them for free. And even if they would like to start in a half year, whatever, they had at least a quick chat, and I'm very transparent in regards to specific offers, if this is something we should test or if it is something where I don't see super success at the moment. So I'm happy to connect, and yeah, thanks again.
Yep, it was awesome having you. This was a fun one. I think we helped a lot of people, and we may have just made a new native superstar. We'll see. But yeah, thanks again, Pat. Thanks for coming on the channel and filming this with me. Hope to do another one again in the future.
Will be great, and hopefully see you at AW in Budapest.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.